Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to Konexio Technical Insights. I am Rahul Randeria, and I would be conducting today's show. Today, we would be discussing regarding the trends, the setup, the technical indicators, the candlestick patterns on Nifty, Bank Nifty, as well as different asset classes. Now, let us discuss what we have mentioned in our last video. In our last video, we have been discussing, or we have discussed that Nifty has entered into the overbought setup, whereas RSI has entered around 80 to 82 points, and Nifty might or markets might get exhausted or trade slightly exhaustive or remain slightly sideways to downside negative with a negative bias. Market opened on a positive note, then traded sideways. I mean to say for the whole week, and most probably what we have seen that throughout the week, as last week was a truncated week because of a trading holiday, market remained highly volatile, but witnessed selling pressure at the higher levels. Now, if we see for next week, looking at the daily pattern on the Nifty, you will clearly see on the charts that on the daily chart it has been moving into an upward rising channel, making higher tops, higher bottoms since the end of July. Now let us discuss what has happened into past when RSI has reached those particular overbought areas. You can clearly see during February March period in 2021, similar setup was seen where RSI was at exact the same point, just around 80 to 83, and then we have seen a sharp correction in the markets, and then again Nifty started rallying. So that similar setup has been seen in Nifty at this juncture. You can clearly see I have identified or marked those particular overbought area in a red circle. From those area, Nifty has shown some sort of exhaustion and then some sort of profit booking or short-term profit booking was seen. So looking at that particular past pattern, we are expecting the same kind of profit booking in the coming days. So looking at the daily pattern of the Nifty, it has been moving into an upward rising channel, making high tops, high bottoms. It is seen that if we see a selling pressure from these levels, which is quite possible to be seen in the next week, Nifty might drift lower levels to the downward support line, which is exactly coming towards the level of 17,000 mark, which is the psychological mark. So maybe the crucial support for the Nifty for the next week would be around 17,000 to 16,950 odd levels. So looking at this pattern, the strategy would be book profits or try to sell at the higher levels in Nifty. Now let us discuss the important support and resistance levels in the Nifty for the next week. The important support in the Nifty are placed at 17,254. Then next support is placed at 17,147, and third support is placed at 16,951. Whereas on the upside, the resistance is placed at 17,436. Then next resistance is placed at 17,610, and third resistance is at 17,786. So these are the crucial supports and resistance levels in the Nifty. Now let us discuss Bank Nifty. In Bank Nifty also, what we have been discussing last couple of months, it has been moving in a sideways congestion range. You can clearly see on the daily chart. Nifty has been moving in a very broad range of this particular sideways channel. RSI is also moving into a comfort zone. But what we have seen that maximum time, whenever Nifty reaches the level of 36,500 to 37,000 mark, it has multiple times has seen witnessed selling pressure at those levels. Currently, also Bank Nifty has been moving in that particular range, and what we have seen in the last 5 to 7 trading sessions, that any move above 36,500 in Bank Nifty has invited strong selling pressure at the higher levels. And again, you can see that on the daily charts, current the price, the placement of the Bank Nifty is just nearing its multiple resistance area of the upward rising channel. So definitely, looking at this pattern, again we have a view that in Bank Nifty also we might see some sort of profit booking coming or selling pressure coming in the next week. So traders need to be cautious, or those who are long in Bank Nifty, one should try to book profits or exit on any pullbacks from these levels. So now let us discuss the important support and resistance in Bank Nifty. The important supports in the Bank Nifty are placed at 36,393. Below that, the next support is placed at 35,900, and third support is placed at 35,356. Whereas on the upside, the first resistance is placed at 36,923. Above that, the next resistance is placed at 37,140, and third resistance is placed at 37,451. So most probably these are the supports and resistance levels for the next week. Looking at the chartical patterns, indicators, we feel that the strategy for at least for the next week should be sell at these levels or on bounce, whatever the opportunity market provides. One should try to go short at the higher levels. We might see some sort of profit booking coming in the markets. Now let us discuss the third section of the show, which is option analysis. In option analysis, we will discuss where there is concentration or when there is the building up of the open interest in the particular strike price of calls and puts in Nifty and Bank Nifty. First of all, let us discuss what we have observed in the Nifty. In Nifty, we have seen that uh, the action has been seen. You can clearly see on the screen. In Nifty calls, the action was seen in 17,400 out of the money calls, then 17,500 out of the money calls, and 17,600 out of the money calls. So now you can clearly see that rising in open interest or shedding in the open interest, what we can see in this particular strike price, which clearly indicates that there might be some sort of profit booking seen in Nifty out of the money calls. And again, if there is further pullback, we might see writing of this out of the money calls for the next week. So one need to be cautious from these levels. As we have discussed that again, charts are showing some sort of exhaustion or weakness at high levels. Nifty options, I mean to say Nifty call options are also showing some sort of weakness from these levels. Now let us see what we have observed in Nifty puts. In Nifty puts, the concentration or the rise in the open interest was seen in 17,200 puts, 17,100 puts, and 17,000 puts. Now here again on the screen you can clearly see that there has been some sort of profit booking in this particular out of the money puts. You can see shedding of the open interest as well as slightly or marginal price erosion. I mean to say the premium erosion. So we feel that on Monday onwards we might see highly volatile session, because looking at the Nifty calls and Nifty puts, the action was not that much intense, but we feel that on Monday onwards we might see building up of this open opposition for the next week. So what is the view is that we might see writing in Nifty out of the money calls, as well as we might see buying of the Nifty puts or out of the money puts for at least for the next week. So traders need to be cautious. Those who are longs should try to exit or book profit if there is any pullback from these levels. Now let us discuss what we have observed in Bank Nifty calls and put. Now let us discuss in Bank Nifty calls. In Bank Nifty calls, again, what we have seen, you can clearly see there has been erosion in the premium. Again, the open interest, what we have seen, that there has been a change in open interest, which clearly indicates that there has been some sort of profit booking seen, because there is a shedding in open interest and price erosion clearly indicates that there has been profit booking. Still, we feel that short positions are not built up, but looking at the chartical patterns, we feel that we might see building up or writing of the Bank Nifty calls from these levels. So the action would be seen in 36,800 Bank Nifty out of the money calls, then 37,000 calls and 37,500 calls. Now let us discuss what we have observed in Bank Nifty puts. In Bank Nifty puts, you will see on the screen that the action was seen in 36,500 puts, 36,000 puts and 35,500 puts. Here also you can clearly see that there has been a shedding of the open interest, whereas the change, I mean to say a damage or erosion of the premium in this out of the money puts, which has clearly indicated that there might be some sort of uh, what we call that profit booking of the puts, because there were some sort of intraday pullbacks, I mean to say intraday corrections in Bank Nifty in the last couple of days or on the Friday also, which shows that traders are having some sort of indecisive or skeptical view. They will see on Monday what is going to happen, how the markets are opening, how the global markets are opening. And looking at the chartical patterns, we feel that the real action in the option trading would start from Monday. So looking at this overall setup in charts as well as the option analysis, we feel that the upside could be capped in Nifty and Bank Nifty, and we might see some sort of profitability coming at the high level. So long, if the traders, those who are long, should be cautious, trade with strict stop losses, try to book profits at the higher levels. Now let us come to the last section of our show, which is positional call. I have identified one stock which is from the power sector. The price volume action is very positive in this stock. The stock name is REC, which is from the power sector. You will clearly see on the daily charts. Sorry, it is a weekly chart. It has formed an inverse head and shoulder pattern. Still, the stock is waiting for a breakout. But looking at the price volume action, the setup, the indicators, I mean to say RSI is well poised for a breakout in the coming weeks. So long-term investors, swing traders can accumulate the stock at current levels and on correction. The current market price is at 157. If there is a pullback till 150, one can accumulate. Or long-term investors can also accumulate. So we have a target of 200 in long term. For swing traders, the target would be around 170 in next couple of weeks. So again, the stock is looking positive. Long-term investors, swing traders can accumulate the stock in the range of 157 to 150. For trading target of 170, 75, and for investment target, I mean to say for long term, we are having a target of 200 in REC Limited. So let us conclude the show. Thank you very much for watching the show. Any suggestion you can give into comment box, and have a nice trading week. Thank you.